It's really my privilege to welcome so many fans and supporters of both Women's eNews and Gail Collins tonight. Rita once described the mission of her very ambitious and indispensable news service like this. We try to connect all the dots: Title IX, health, poverty, violence, discrimination, success, leadership, family, legislation. Everything that has to do with women and children is on the table for us. Gail Collins took on a similar challenge when she set out in circa 2004 to write a modest little book, The History of Women in America. Gail and I had been friends since graduate school, and I remember when she first told me about her project, I was kind of skeptical. You can really do that, I wondered aloud, and also run the editorial department of the New York Times? In fact, can anyone write the history of women in the United States? The subject just seems so huge. Well, as we know, Gail proved that it could be done, and done beautifully, and that it could be done at the same time that she and her colleagues kept an eye on George Bush's government on our behalf. But even Gail isn't superhuman. As she was putting America's women to bed in 2006-ish, she realized that there was still another volume waiting to be written about these last 5 decades of women's history, the period that so many of us have lived through. So, When Everything Changed was conceived and completed, this time while Gail wrote a bi-weekly column for the newspaper. She recently gave us a little hint about how she accomplishes so much. I hope I won't embarrass her if I give away her secret, but after all, it was published in the Times. Writing about the recent debate about breast cancer screening, Gail told her readers, "I had mammograms every year like clockwork. And I had just gotten a clean bill of health from my latest one, when I found a lump in my left breast while watching a rerun of Buffy and the Vampire Slayer." Multitasker that I am. This is why Gail's editorial page fans can't wait for Thursdays and Saturdays, when her unique gifts for being able to write about hard truths with insight, humility, and humor, and taking an occasional poke at herself are showcased on the editorial page. And if you like her column, you're really going to love her book. I want to say that Gail's publisher graciously donated half the proceeds of tonight's sales to Women's eNews, and of course, as we know, Gail graciously donated her carpal tunnel syndrome to sign them. I have to say that Gail's new book helps us see that the changes that have taken place in these last 5 decades. I hate saying 5 decades. I lived through them. But we see them with fresh eyes, and they also will help our sons and daughters understand this before time and remind us how much of the fight is left to be fought. So I have to say thank you to Rita and Women's eNews for constantly keeping these issues alive for all of us, and to Gail for her columns and for When Everything Changed. Thank you.